There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you keeping? All keeping well, I hope. This afternoon, I'm going to be turning a box out of a piece of ash, which is at the moment 3 inches square. I think it's about 5 inches long, maybe a bit longer than that. And I'm going to make an inlay for the lid out of a piece of the U-burr that I did last Wednesday. So that's the plan for today. I will just bring my earworms in. This afternoon, I've got Steve.
Hello.
And I've got Mark.
Howdy.
Or Sleepy. He's been known today. So they're going to be keeping an eye on the chat. I'll just pop the camera back to me again. Let's just pop that chat back up. I'll stick the camera on overhead. There we go, and we'll get on and do some turning, seeing as how that's what you're here for. Move stuff out there.
Right, we'll start off with who's in the chat. We've got Nick the Flaming Turner.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Dr. Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Colin Roberts. Jay Wooden Things Are You. Sid Franklin. M. Knighton. Rob CP. Some guy called S.K. Krause.
Dodgy geezer.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Robert Robertson. Just going down. Robert Dolman. Dennis Beamish. Wivy Woodshed. Claire's Crafty Corner. Hello, Claire.
Hey, Chips.
What did you say?
Chips.
That sounded a bit bad, that did.
Dennis Beamish.
There was a mix-up one time on Stace Makes, and Claire kept on putting Stace's name in his steak. So Stace was replying back to Claire and calling that Chips. So I just carried on calling that Chips.
Okay. Ian Leonard.
Hi, Ian.
And Fred Gilliver.
There's quite a few new names in today. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Greg Alexander.
I've heard the rumours, I reckon, Wayne.
Yeah, I reckon I have.
I think that's everybody. I'm down the bottom now.
Well.
Do apologise if I've missed anyone. Oh, hello, Keith. Circular Wood by Keith.
Did you say John Haynes as well? Did you mention John?
No. Oh, and Tom Chester. Hello from Virginia.
Oh God, there's loads of new names in. Right, I'll get on. Just going to turn this quickly into round. I'm just using my rough and gouge to do this. Turning at about 1400.
Got someone else just joined the chat. Mick Dews.
Hi, Mick.
Mick.
Move the tool resting a wee bit. Just one bit of flat here. That's about it. So nearly there.
If you've got a question for Wayne, then put question in front of your question, please, so we know which is the question and which isn't.
Just get these edges straightened off.
You got a question, Wayne? John Haynes. Have you ever done stone inlay?
Stone inlay. A lot of years ago, and this was a lot of years ago, I've picked some very small bits of gravel out of our driveway, the sort of pea gravel, between 10 and 15 mil. Made a recess in the rim of a bowl, glued them all in with 2-part epoxy. And then once that had all dried properly, I give it a long time to cure. Once it all dried properly, seeing as how it was stone, I just hit it with a grinding stone in my angle grinder to get it down flat. Then spent a fair bit of time sanding and polishing, and it actually turned out not too bad. I've also used coal as well to do inlay. Yeah.
You got another question from Sid.
Yeah.
What was it, please?
It's ash. Sorry, this is a piece of ash, and I'm going to be using. You might be able to see it better on this camera. I'm using a piece of yew burr to use as an inlay for the lid. Now, what I'll do with this, once I get this piece of wood sorted and mounted in the chuck, I'll edge it off again at the top. Stick this on with hot melt glue, and then turn it into a circle so it's the right size to be used for the inlay.
We've got Rubber Dub and Midnight Joker in.
Yep.
And Ian in the shed is in.
Hi, Ian.
Afternoon, everyone.
Thank you very much for coming over and spending the afternoon with, well, I would say us, but
I'll just get the tenon on both ends because I will be doing both ends.
you've got Emma dragging in.
Hi, Emma.
Glenn Senior's in.
Good afternoon, Glenn.
Watch yourself, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just mark off where the top's going to be. In fact, no, I'll wait till I get it in the truck. That's ready to go in the truck now.
Robbo Robson's put a question in for myself. Do you mind if I message you sometime about doing a setup on my lives? I'm a technical dinosaur, I'm afraid. Yes, mate. That's not a problem at all. We'll help you where we can, as and where we can.
Aren't we all?
Doug Miller's in the house.
Hey,
Hi, Doug. So have you dried your chunk of applewood out yet, Mark?
I may well do what Wayne says on that one. I might leave it for a few weeks or a couple of months and turn something else on Thursday.
Right, okay. Lynn's put in the chat, I've got a pile of P45s here and I'm watching you.
Oh, cheers, Glenn.
I don't think you trust you, Wayne. I don't think you trust you.
He knows me so well. That's running not bad. Right, so what I'll do, I'll just get this faced off.
Oh, thanks, Glenn. Thanks for that, mate. That's not very nice, is it? I ain't done nothing wrong yet.
Yet.
Yeah, yes.
See, I even planned this. I've got my hot melt glue switched on.
It's not like you to be so organised, Wayne.
Yeah, I know, that's what I thought.
I cheered myself up yesterday and made.
Sorry, mate, I didn't catch that.
I said I cheered myself up yesterday and made just a little purchase from accident.
Did you? What'd you get?
Dust extraction hood. Some feelers, more stems, some wood wax 22. What else? Something else. Oh,
Sorry?
that sounds like it's got a chippy bit in it, Wayne.
No, it's fine. It was just my till control, that's all.
All right, okay. I wouldn't dare have said that. Oh, my PC's up to 84%.
Woohoo! So, what was going on in the chat? Let's have a look. Just general chit chat.
No, well, I'll be able to get this off now.
Ian is asking, does anybody know if the turning clubs have opened back up yet? I don't know how the government in your area works, but they haven't round this way.
They haven't round this way either.
Don't expect it happening anytime soon, I think.
No,
I think we're heading for a second lockdown.
Yeah, I think you could be right there, Mark. That sounds interesting. John Haynes has put, turn the piece, you're beautiful. Your turn and piece turned out beautiful. Like to see you put inlay of mother of pearl copper. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Putting copper in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would go, the verdigris on that would be lovely.
Yeah, because when that tarnished, that would look really cool.
I could just save on the copper and use reactive paints.
Well, yeah, there is that as well.
Right, what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just peeling the hot melt glue off the PCU. If anybody tells you hot melt glue doesn't stick things very well, they're lying.
Oh, Mike Walt proved that the other week, didn't he? With his live. When he tried to pry the piece off after he'd hot melted it, he actually pulled the bottom of the bowl out.
Yeah.
So that showed really well that it does indeed grip.
It really does. Right, so that's that done. Now, I'm probably going to have to redo the tenon. Well, that's not a problem. We'll get rid of this.
Yes, Ian, Martin has released some, but that's powder. Copper.
Mate, the copper powder and 2-part epoxy work very well. I've got brass powder here. which I've had for quite a long time. But that does work well.
I think Martin was saying that stuff is just released. He was using CA glue to activate it or to stick
Yeah.
it. But he was saying you could either mix it in epoxy, like you just said, Wayne, or you could have mixed it in resin as well.
I'm wondering if that would tarnish the same way, though.
What if it was in epoxy and varnish?
Yeah, would it
I mean,
be coated,
epoxy.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's because I messaged him and said if that's in resin, like you say, you're actually coating the particles. So I don't know how that would work. The only way you can do it is by trying it, really.
Right. Oh, make that a bit bigger.
We've got Christine and Michael Heseltine in the chat.
Hi, Christine, Michael.
So Robbo Robson's just put we're at stage 4 in Victoria, Australia. Is stage 4 high or low, Robbo?
It's high. It's high. They've just gone
It's
into they've just gone into total lockdown again over in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what I'm doing here, I'm using my thin parting tool to part off the lid, but I've actually made 2 cups, so the parting tool doesn't bind.
John PDH in the chat. Hi,
Hi,
John.
John. That's the lid done. Now I'll do some outside shape on the box itself. I hadn't actually decided what shape to do.
Got a question, Wayne.
Yeah.
From W Fall, is it? Hello, quick question, if I may. Are oil finishes always applied off the lathe, many coats over several days, or are they fast drying oils you can apply in a single session?
Right, fast drying oil, Danish oil, you can apply that in a single session. I tend to use lemon oil. Lemon oil dries in, let's see, I'm just having a look. That'll dry in 24 hours. But with Danish oil, you can actually put it on, rub it in, and give it a buff off in about 20 minutes and then keep on applying it. It fully cures within about 24 hours.
Good to them. Blair's in the chat.
Hi, Blair.
Keith's got to go. He's got a fence call in his name. See you later, Keith. Have a good day.
Wayne, I'm just going to drop out and come back in on my PC, all right?
Yeah, no bother. Give us a shout when you're ready.
All right.
Right, I found a very, very old tool the other day, which I think was a very old spindle gouge. This is made out of carbon steel rather than high-speed steel. So I've actually repurposed it and reground it into a detailing spindle gouge.
We've got Mike Lang in the chat, Wayne.
Hi, Mike. Behave. It's more for doing videos. This is, bro. Just thought I'd show you it. I'm trying to remember how I did the bowl the other day. That wasn't on video.
Mark's backstage, Wayne.
Oh, right. Where's my mouse? Put my mouse down.
Right, Colin Robertson's got a question. I'm going to use some gold embellishing wax later on a single ash bowl. Should I Yorkshire grit it before?
Yes.
Give you.
Yep, Yorkshire grit it first. Go through the process you would usually go through. It is a wax. It is a finishing wax. So use the Yorkshire grit and then use the embellishing wax.
Do you want to take us off the screen, Wayne?
Oh, sorry.
That will frighten people off.
Yeah.
Sid Franklin's asking if we can put John on timeout for his bad dad jokes. Claire's come back. She had a phone call from her mum.
A fair bit to go on that yet.
Larry Woodworks is in the house. Hello, Larry. Midnight Joker, Mike. Question for SK. What make was the table saw you straw? Yeah, good question. I'm not 100% sure, Mike. To be perfectly honest, I will see if I can find out and stick it in the chat. I'll see if I can find.
Getting splinters with John's in. Hello, John.
Hi, John. How are you, sir?
Complimenting you on your piece yesterday.
Thank you very much, sir. Looks even better now. Now I finished it.
Hello, Baz.
Buzzer!
Hiya, Baz.
Terry Bray's in. First time here. Oh, local
Oh, yeah?
lad. He's from Plymouth.
Nice to have you in.
Hello, Terry. I'm just up the road in Bude.
Not very much to go on that. This is where it starts getting difficult. When you're trying to get the size exactly right.
Definitely, Terry. I live in Cornwall, but I'm a good Devon lad. Born in Barnstable. I'm a North Devon savage.
Right, Right, Mike, I've just looked back. It looks like it's a Woodwise from the video I just looked at. Whether that's a make or not, I don't know. Whether it's just a seller, but it's got a Woodwise badge on it. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Question for you, Wayne.
Yeah.
Sid Franklin asks, what is the tool you were sizing with?
Right. This is it's a Sorby hollowing tool. It's got interchangeable heads, so I can put different bits in the end. It's also got interchangeable tips as well. Comes from Robert Sorby. It's the Sovereign hollowing, I think it is.
Is that the one where you can index the tip at different angles?
You can put this to 45 degrees to get a shearing cut.
You have Ellie in the house. Hi, Ellie.
Afternoon, Ellie.
That's tight.
It is now. Can't get the bloody thing off. Oh, gosh. Oh, well done, Wayne.
Oh, bloody hell.
That is tight.
And this is where I go from being a tight fit to a French fit.
Mike, yeah, it's a very accurate saw. Since I've put a new blade in it, it's cut. It's absolutely stunning, and it's nice and heavy, so you don't get no wobbling about either. So yeah, go for it. It's a good saw.
That's grand. Oh, bloody hell. Aye. Once I get that sorted, it's going to make a real pop when it comes out. Right, Wayne, just remember you've got some sanding to do on that.
Yeah, don't get carried away.
Yeah, I'd sand that. God, he's going to be brave.
My tool rest up a bit. I'm just using my spindle gouge as a drill. And quickly hollowing out. That's just not quite on centre there.
Not yet, Glenn. You missed it. You haven't missed it yet, sir. Hi, Alf. How are you? I got Alf Key in the chat.
Afternoon, Alf. Mike's gonna have to drop out. See you later, Mike.
Mike's got to go.
Should really shoot the camera there, shouldn't I? Bugger. That was me. Not being careful.
I'm sure Wayne Glynn said he's filled it all out. He just needs your national insurance number. For your P45.
Don't worry about it, Glenn. I will be getting onto the grit just shortly. once I get the inside of this done,
Sorry, Pete. Wayne's national insurance number is WW0001.
Got a question from Sid Franklin, Wayne.
Yeah.
Why do you move the tool rest back for the Sorby tool?
right. The Sorby tool has got this. Oh, where am I? On the wrong camera, sorry. Sorby tool's got this part here, then it's got the flat here. So if I've got the tool rest very close, I'm going to be hitting on the front part of it, like that, where really I'm wanting to have it on the flat. So I've got to have the tool rest further back so I can get it onto the flat and keep it steady. Right, I'm using my Simon Hope hollower now, just to clean out the bottom. I'll move the tailstock further back. This has got a 6mm cupped carbide cutter on it, which is angled at 45 degrees. So it gives a very, very decent cut when you're right on centre line.
Love mine. It's a great tool. I'm always amazed how such a small cutting tip can move so much wood.
Yeah, they certainly hog it out, don't they?
Yeah. They leave a lovely finish too.
Yeah, I think because they're like contoured in, they got that sharp edge on them. They're more of a cutting tool than a scraper, aren't they? So they do cut really nice.
Yeah.
What you can find with using that small carbide cutter is that it can leave ridges. So what I tend to move on to, this is another Simon Hope, and the circular cutter on this is high speed steel. And what I've actually got, I've got the top of the cutter, the screw for the cutter there is actually lined up with the Allen keys where it fits into the handle. So I can actually turn this over to its side and tell if I'm in something deep and I can't see, I can turn it onto its side so I can see at what angle the Allen keys are at. And this just gives a nice clean up down the side, on the inside. And takes away all of the ridges.
Nice.
Now I'm just going to see if I damage that rim when I had that wee catch there, to see if the lid still fits. Get the green lined up. Yep, that still fits. Oh, bloody hell.
Again.
I think, yeah, well, it does need to have a bit of sanding yet, so that'll probably, I'll get that sorted. Just now, when I'm going to do some sanding.
Mike Lang says walruses and wood turners have something in common. They both like a tight seal.
Dear, oh dear.
We haven't resorted to the bad jokes yet. Well, we have, but that's all right, Mike. Just sit at the back of the class.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put any finish on this at the moment, because what I'm going to do is get the lid turned.
You got a question, Wayne, from W Fold. Do you sharpen the Hope tool using a grinder or with a diamond file?
Right. You can't sharpen the cupped carbide with the diamond file, otherwise you'll just flatten off the top and it won't act like it's supposed to. You can't use a grinder because it's carbide.
I think he meant the high-speed steel one, Wayne.
Oh, the high-speed steel one, yes. I will use, I've got the Sorby Pro Edge, so I use the Sorby Pro Edge. I've got a small jig that I got from Sorby when I got the Pro Edge. That's the jig that I use. So what you do is undo that screw, put the fasten the cutter onto there, set the angle of the table, which I usually set at 80 degrees for scrapers, and away you go. Want this tool rest a bit. Now I don't want to go very deep on this because I am going to have to do some work at the top. To put the inlay in, but it's just getting rid, really, it's just getting rid of some of the waste. I'll give that a quick sand.
Steve Ash wants to know, is the Sharpie that's on your bedways there for when the gouge is dull?
No. I'll leave that Sharpie there in case I can't find a pencil. just do a bit of shaping on the outside.
Glynis put the red Sharpie's your eyeliner.
That's his next nail varnish.
Yeah. Cool. I wouldn't want to put it on my lips. You'd never get it off, would you? Lipstick. Question for you there, Mark, from Baz.
I'm not even going to read it out. Just say the word, Wayne, and we'll ban him.
Time out.
Nice, fine.
He's been banned from everywhere else.
This is just a hat trick having a hair as well.
Sometimes you've got to help these people who are a bit challenging.
Challenged.
Oh, that's good. Yes, Baz, it is harsh. Fair, but harsh.
Yes. We know what you like, Baz.
Sadly.
This Thursday, Wayne, Glenn. We're going to do it in a live this Thursday, mate.
Yorkshire Grit.
Yay, job safe.
For another week. Or another couple of days anyway.
Instead of calling it abrasive paste, he should just call it employment saver.
Now just a touch of microcrystalline wax in the middle of the lid. Sorry, in the top. Then we'll come back once I pick the box up off the floor, seeing as how I threw it down there.
David in that chat. Welcome, David. How are you, sir?
Thank you for that, Steve. Hope you enjoyed it. Actually, Wayne, while I think about it, I did find out yesterday my oven will do 40 degrees.
All right.
Is that any better, or stick to your original suggestion?
No, 40 degrees is definitely better. Right, I'm going to give that a final sanding of 240, just around the box and the outside part of the lid.
Tom Wilcott in the chat. Hi, Tom.
Afternoon, Tom.
And just to make sure this is going to stay together, oh look, I'll not be able to find the bloody tape either.
You got 60 in, Wayne.
Oh, very good. I'm on a Monday afternoon. That's brilliant.
It's nice.
Now this is a very tight fit, but just to make sure, I'm taping the top one.
Belt and braces.
And I probably will bring the tail stock up as well. When I'm actually fitting in the inlay won't be a problem because I'll be working from the tail stock going into the top to make the recess for it. Move some of these tools out of the way. I think I'll change my tool rest for the short one. It'll be easier to get into.
Dear, oh dear, Baz. Baz has given you a super chat of $1.99, but I'm not even going to read out why he's given it to you.
One of these days, he's going to hear another song, and that one will go on for years as well.
Well, if I could, John C's in the room. Hi, John.
Hello, John. Mr. Questions?
Kevin
Hey,
Edwards. Oh, sorry, go on, Mark.
So I was just going to say, Wayne Nick is saying he might have to bring his big logs up once he's back on the road so he can get them rough turned as his lays will be walking to the shops.
Kevin Edwards has joined the chat. Welcome, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
That's another new name. Well, that's a bit of a mouthful, that one, isn't it? Ronnie.
Which blow?
Welcome to the chat, sir.
Hello, Ronnie.
I think Ronnie's from,
He's been in a few times.
Ronnie's from
Yeah.
Norway, I think.
Oh, is he?
I think so, yeah.
We don't know, Glyn, but he may do after this.
What's that?
Glyn's put, does he use Yorkshire grit, though?
Right, just want a pair of cutters.
Baz, you can actually edit the amount you give. You can type in whatever amount you want.
Yeah, so change that 199.
To a tenner.
Yeah. Don't think so.
He's got. Glyn's put, he's on a sales drive because the wife is out on the lash. Doug Miller's put, he's looking forward to his Yorkshire Grit microphone coming later this week. You won't be disappointed, Doug. You really won't be.
Great stuff. I used it this week on a pen I made.
It's really brilliant stuff. I used it today to buff up the piece I turned yesterday, and it's absolutely stunning. I've got to keep my job, innit? I don't want my P45. Not Glenn's like. He's got. I think he had the pen in his hand as soon as microphone was mentioned. Yes, Doug. Yeah, and what I did is I cut it back from 600 to 1500 grit, wet and dry, and then I finished it off with the microphone. 2 coats of microphone.
So that's about the equivalent of 2,000 grit, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think Wayne and Glyn said that obviously the more you buff it, the finer it gets, because it breaks down as you're using it, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
maybe it might go a little bit higher than that, but it certainly did finish that off piece nice.
Yeah, I've got to say the pictures look lovely on Facebook.
Yeah, it's got a nice mirror finish on. It's really nice.
Nearly there.
So that is quite fine. And Glyn's put 5 micron abrasive medium in microphone, so that is quite fine, isn't it? John Haynes is asking you a question, Wayne.
Yeah.
He's put, have you worked on a puzzle box?
No. I don't think I ever have.
Question from Rob CP. How would you fit the inlay in if you don't have a hollower, a parting tool?
Parting tool, yeah. Parting tool would work just as easy.
Kevin Edwards is back. He keeps losing the stream. I think it must be your end, Kevin.
Yeah, it's fine here, mate.
He's Wayne's actually had good internet today. Touch wood.
You should have said, Mark.
Yeah, I'm touched wood. It's okay. I didn't say anything.
Try put another 50p in the meter, Kevin. That might help.
It's still not sitting flat. I'll never get that out.
That's what she said.
Right then.
W4's got to go back to work. Thanks for popping in.
Yes, thank you. Have a great day.
That is a hard piece of wood, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
I don't know. Steve Twidell's live tonight, isn't he? At 9 o'clock or 9:30.
I don't know. I've got the live on Wood turning 360 tonight. We've got Pat Carroll doing some of his stuff.
Oh, right, okay. It's just Steve just asked if anybody's live tonight.
Well, Steve is usually live on a Monday.
Yeah, normally about 9:30, and it's something like that.
Yeah.
John, just realised that today is Monday. Well done, John. Keep up.
Claire has asked a question to you, Wayne.
Yeah.
I've just started watching Robert Sorby videos because I'm utterly obsessed. Do you know if he is still around? He hasn't posted any videos in 2 years.
Oh, Robert Sorby, that's the toolmaker. That's who that is, Claire. Robert Sorby's haven't done any videos for quite a while. I was going to be getting involved with Chris Pouncey to maybe do some for Robert Sorby, but Chris retired, so I don't have any contacts with Robert Sorby now. Just watch mine, Claire, you'll be fine.
Self-promotion, you'll be all right. Colin Roberts, I don't think Andy's doing a live tonight. He normally does his live on a Saturday afternoon now.
No, Andy's not. Andy won't be on tonight.
No.
Andy's swapped nights. He is now Saturday, like Steve said. Steve Trudell is now usually the one doing a Monday night, but that obviously depends on what he's got going on whether he's back to work. I don't think he's back to work because it'll still be summer holidays.
Yeah, I think he says on summer holidays.
But no doubt he will, if he's going to be on, he will post it out on Facebook at some point this afternoon.
Wayne Glynn says, try contacting Dave Green.
Dave Green, thanks for that, Glyn. I did send the marketing people, because when I spoke to Chris, he said, get in touch with sales and marketing, which I did, and the bloody never got back to us. I thought, well, that's a bit ignorant.
They don't know what they're missing.
No, they don't.
Right, going to give this a final standing with 240. Here we are. Put some sand and sealer on it. Give that a quick wipe. Now, if I wasn't going to use Yorkshire grit, I would actually knock this back with a piece of orange Scotch-Brite pad, That's got the equivalent grit of around about 1200. But seeing as how I am using Yorkshire grit, there's no need to knock it back because the Yorkshire grit is going to do that for me.
Glyn says he'll have a word with Dave on your behalf, Wayne.
Oh, cheers, Glenn. Thanks, mate.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, that's a good thing, seeing as I'm using Yorkshire grit today. If I was,
So
if I was,
if you was,
if I was
so if you was,
colouring it, if I was going to be colouring this, I'm not so sure.
that's what I was going to say.
Now, usually you don't start off using the Yorkshire grit at this sort of speed. Usually you would start off slow, and then as the Yorkshire grit starts doing the job, then you speed it up. Change your piece of paper to a clean piece of paper, and the whole thing about it is once your piece of paper comes away totally clean, that's the Yorkshire grit done its job. Now, I don't know, you might be thinking, you can see where, let's see, if I put it back on the overhead, you'll see it better. Right, you see where I left a separation there? And people start going saying, well, that's not a very good fit. The lid doesn't fit at the bottom. I've actually done that on purpose because it gives a shadow line. And shadow lines are always good between the lid and the base of the box.
Yes, Larry, the box is ash and the inlay is you pearl.
Right, I'll just get this parted off now.
Wayne, can I ask, when you part something off like that with the parting tool,
Yeah.
do you undercut slightly with the parting tool?
Yeah.
Go in at a slight angle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it sits on the, rather than trying to sit flat on the bottom of the piece, it actually
It's concave slightly,
yeah,
yeah?
and it sits on the outside. Right, I'll bring my stool back up.
Cool.
I'll
Thank
change
you.
the camera up. Or change the camera, I should say. Then I can give you a shot of what it looks like. Oh my whole life, what a shock. So there we are. One ash box. Where's my tape measure? I had one around here somewhere. It is around about 2 3/4 inches in diameter, and it stands 3.5 inches high. That's it.
It's very nice.
Lovely.
And there is that lovely U-burr as the inlay.
That's beautiful.
And
Some good.
hopefully, if I can get this top off, it should go. Can't get the top off. There you are. How did that sound?
Pop.
Popped, yeah.
Got some great chat. Got some great comments in the chat, Wayne. Mike Lang, love the piece, Wayne. Baz looks great. Ian Leonard, nice, Wayne. Mike Dews, nice job, Wayne. Love it, Wayne
Thanks,
from Robbo
guys.
CP. So some really good reviews, mate, or good comments.
Kevin Edwards,
Thank you.
love to bury you.
Yep.
John
Let's see if I can do
PBH, that's a lovely shape. And the
See if I can
insert
get it
is
to pop
amazing.
again. Yeah, and it pops
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
JP's put in there just in time for Wayne to pop his top off.
Cheers, JP. Well, there you go, guys. I'll get some photographs taken, or a photograph taken this afternoon, and stick it up on Facebook and on Insta. Thank you very much for coming by. Had great fun doing that.
No problem.
You got a question quickly from Colin Roberts. Where did you get the small piece of burr from?
The small piece of burr, that is an offcut from that big bowl I did last week, Colin.
It's from Keith, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've got the U burr from Keith. Keith Greenfield. I remember his surname. I got the U burr from Keith. I did that big U burr natural edge bowl last week, and obviously as I was trimming it down, I got quite a lot of offcuts. I've been playing on the bandsaw this morning, getting them cut up into nice sizes, so I've got quite a few more to use as inlays, and I think that's turned out really nice.
That is pretty.
I was thinking about colouring the box, but I didn't want me P45 again.
Tommy Jones just joined the chat.
Oh,
We're about to go.
Tommy.
We're about to go, mate.
Hi, Tommy. Bye, Tommy. You can always watch it back when it's all processed. Hey, guys, I'm going to head off. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate the amount of people that are coming in and
JP.
put his glasses. Because I like them, JP.
Dear, oh dear.
It reminds him of his time with Dumbledore.
Thank you, Emma. Right, I'm off. Yeah, you're probably right, John. But I did think about it. Right, guys, again, I appreciate you coming in. Thanks for the support. And I will see you on Wednesday evening. And I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So we'll all find out together. Bye for now.
Cheers, everybody.